I appreciate the opportunity to be here, and I want to tell you just a couple of things from a personal perspective. Why I did what I'm doing. And I gave up a lot of money when I came back to Governor Snyder's administration. I had worked in a governor's office when I was young. I was the youngest person on Governor Milliken's staff, and I'm one of the oldest on Governor Snyder's. It's kind of interesting. It's got bookends to my career. But I did this because he reminds me a lot of Milliken in a lot of ways. When I worked for Governor Milliken, for those of you who are my age, you'll remember when Milliken took office, we were literally shoveling alewives off the beaches of Lake Michigan and Lake Huron with front-end loaders. Lake Erie had been pronounced dead by Time magazine. Governor Milliken said, we've got to fix this. And he did. He did. It was a big issue. And he fixed it. Hi, Billy. How are you, John? How are you? And he did. He did. He fixed it. This governor, like Governor Milliken, recognizes that there's a big issue here in Michigan that we have to fix. And that is the state of our economy. And, and making Michigan fit within the new world of global competition. And he's out to fix it. He's out to fix it. When I was first asked by Governor Snyder, I'll just give you a little background. I'd never met the man until he began to come into our office at Public Sector Consultants, and he asked great questions. And I like people that ask good questions. He asked a lot of very detailed questions. He wanted to understand the operations of state government. He wanted to understand why the state did this, why it did that, what was the history of this. So when he finally asked me to join the staff, I first said no, and then I talked to my daughters. I have two daughters, both at Michigan State University. The problem is when they graduate, they're about to head to Chicago. Just like so many other sons, daughters, and nieces and nephews across Michigan. 40% of Michigan's college graduates leave and don't come back. We rank 47th out of the 50 states in attracting highly educated young people from other states to Michigan. That is not a recipe for success. We have to change the state in a way so that it becomes attractive to those highly educated young people, so that we can build a new economy for the new century. And to do that, it means we must have the places that those young people want to live in. And that's what Governor Snyder is trying to do. You know, he talks a lot, like Milliken did, he talks about our children and theirs. Milliken talked about it in the context of the environment. Governor Snyder talks about it in terms of the economy of the state. And the proposals he's made and the things that are being debated in the legislature all relate to our children and theirs. The tax proposal that he has on the table that's going to be debated in the next few weeks by the legislature in Lansing is all about those young people. That's why he's decided and proposed to change the tax structure so that instead of punishing entrepreneurs, we're rewarding entrepreneurs. Currently, if you're an S corporation or an LLC or a partnership or a sole proprietorship, you're paying two kinds of taxes. You pay a business tax, a Michigan business tax, and then you pay your personal income tax on any profits that you might get. So let's do away with that. The effective tax rate for entrepreneurs in the state is about 10% right now. It's about 10%. He said, let's get rid of that. Let's tax them in the same way that the federal government taxes them, on their personal income, on their profits when they come in. That's why he's proposed the specific business tax reform that he's proposed, so that we're no longer punishing those entrepreneurs. Moving to taxing C corporations at a 6% rate. In fact, with the tax credits he's proposed to eliminate, most of the largest companies in Michigan are actually going to be paying a little more in taxes because the tax credits are gone. All the tax credits are gone. So he wants to reward entrepreneurship. Then on the personal level, let me just give you my personal numbers on why the income tax needs to change, the personal income tax needs to change. All this stuff you've heard about punishing old people is absolutely not true. Here's the real proposal. Here are the real facts. If I retired today under Michigan law, Brenda and I could withdraw $91,000, $91,000 out of our 401k, our 457, our IRA, her state pension, $91,000 and pay zero in income taxes. In 5 years, we both go on Social Security. We will then draw in, be able to withdraw between Social Security and all our retirement accounts, about $140,000 a year and pay zero. $140,000 a year and pay zero. Our daughter, Stephanie, who's about to graduate from Michigan State University, if I can get her to stay in Michigan, about to graduate from Michigan State University, going to be a school teacher. She'll earn $45,000 a year. So current state policy says she's got to pay for all of Brenda and my costs to keep the bad guys in prison, keep a state police force on the roads of Michigan, to do the agriculture inspections of food in food stores and in restaurants, etc., etc., etc. That is simply not fair. For too long, Michigan has punished the past. Excuse me, Michigan has rewarded the past and punished the future. Michigan has rewarded the past and punished the future. We've got to get about the business of rewarding the future. That means we have to have the appropriate tax policy. That means we must do a much better job of building the kind of communities that those young people can and want to stay in. And that's why the effort that you're undertaking here in Livingston County is so important. We have not done a very good job in Michigan in competing on a national scale, and certainly not on a worldwide scale. You know, for too long in Michigan, we have really kind of played intramurals, arguing with each other. You know, little town against little town, city against township, black against white, while the rest of the world has been playing in the big leagues. Understanding that the importance of place, understanding that you've got to have places that attract those young entrepreneurs to the state if you're going to succeed. 70% of all the new jobs created across America in the last decade were created by small businesses. 70%. So the notion that you can continue the past practice of simply chasing big boxes around the world, big factories, is not true anymore. As was noted up here, businesses and individuals can now live anywhere. That means you got to have a place that is attractive. That means you got to do things like decide what your future is. Look 10 years down the road instead of just at tomorrow.